Hey guys, welcome back to Just Driven. Today's video is going to be a update finally on the Too Fast, Too Furious Skyline. As you can see, it is back from Autobahn. The paint is absolutely amazing. In this video, we're just going to kind of bring you up to speed on all the work and all the challenges that we ran into in laying this paint down. So stick around, this will be fun. Here at Autobahn, and it is actually getting really close for its paint job. As you can see, it's primered, it's behind me. All the parts are strewn about outside, and the body men are working on preparing those for paint. And it looks like this car is going to be ready for paint here in the next probably 3-4 days. They are really focused on getting this thing laser straight. A lot of eyes are going to be on this car, and a lot of graphics are going to go on it. We don't want to have any challenges with the final paint work being, perfected. So, I've done so many Skyline GTRs over the years. All the factory hoods are aluminum on a GTR, not a GTT. If you see the stand that it's sitting on right now, it's one of my biggest pet peeves that oftentimes they'll flip the hood upside down to prep the underside of it to ensure that the paint sticks and it looks great. So often they'll not have a padded surface. When you flip it upside down and it's a hard surface and they're prepping and putting pressure on the underside of this thing to get it ready for paint, and then they flip it back over, there's all these little ripples because it's an aluminum hood, it's not a steel hood. One of the other things that is crucial to doing a quality paint job is when you've gone in and done some repairs to the body, it's really important, especially in the winter. We're in the winter months here in California. It's not necessarily warm, and this isn't a heated facility now. Mind you, it has a heated booth. It's really important that this car sit for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, just to let everything really kind of just ferment, because materials move, and the last thing you want to do is do a final sand and prep and paint and have it continue to shrink, because then you're having to fix those imperfections later with applying more clear coat and then flat sanding it to get those little ripples out. This is a testament to ensuring that you're not going to have problems by letting these cars sit for a couple weeks, let all those chemicals release and avoid, shrinkage issues.
Well, I just got back from swimming in the pool.
Same thing with a Porsche. The Porsche is actually going to be sitting in a primer state for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Sometimes when it's really hot out here in California in the middle of the summer and it's, you're working in 100-degree, you have 100-degree days, you can get away with doing it in 3-4 days because the chemicals do release. It avoids shrink issues later on after a car's had paint applied and then clear. And there's nothing worse than looking at a car under, fluorescent lighting and seeing it just, the paint's moving around. To avoid that, you just let it sit and let the materials do what they do, release their gases.
Hold on, like down here to go.
And yes, we are California. We are using water-based materials here. The reason for that is because we're not letting those nasty solvent-based materials evaporate into the environment. We have the California Air Resource Board. They ensure that all the paint shops use materials that are actually California compliant. Honestly, I love the water-based materials. For whatever reason, the metal flakes lay so much nicer. We are sticklers when it comes to quality and details. And I am especially a stickler when it comes to paintwork. Having owned several body shops through the years, I just can't really live with metal flake not laying properly, blotchiness. And you know, when you get into pearlescence and big metal flake colors, depending on how you apply the paint through the paint process, if you don't do it all at once and at the same time, the slightest deviation from air pressure, the slightest deviation from mixing the material will give a different panel a different look, and pearls show it the worst. That's the challenge we ran into when we did it ourselves. Although the bodywork came out beautiful, honestly, it came off the tow truck. I immediately saw challenges with it. I could see the stroke marks. You could see the blotchiness. I will say, you know, the House of Kolor material is not an easy color to lay down. There is a process. The PPG materials and paints that are used today on all our new cars is a water-based material, and it's a much easier application. House of Kolor paint, especially in your pearls, which most House of Kolor material is, it's tricky. And so we ran into some of those challenges, but hey, listen, Autobahn absolutely killed it. They did an amazing job on the car. And I'll tell you, they actually ran into a challenge. We got a call back and said, hey, Daryl, you know, we're not happy with the paint and the way it's laying down. And they even mentioned that they were getting blotchy layout in the paint. They actually came up with their own mixture of paint that was nearly a match. I wasn't necessarily thrilled about it because, you know, we had already purchased another round of House of Kolor material for this job. They were just gonna see if we can get a reimbursement for it. Long story short, they contacted House of Kolor and ultimately they said, look, we don't offer refunds on paint. They sent a rep out. They were amazing. They sent a rep out. The rep spoke with their painter and gave them some tips on how to rectify the problems that they were challenged with, and it came out amazing. You know, hats off to House of Kolor for actually having a rep spend the time with the painters over there, and the result was absolutely beautiful. So we ended up using the Platinum Pearl Silver from House of Kolor, and that is exactly what you see on the car now, and we're just extremely pleased with it. And the consistency and the laying of the paint was just superb. And one of the tips that the House of Kolor rep gave to the painter over at Autobahn was to constantly shake the can. The paint that's in the spray gun has to constantly be moved around. So if you're taking a little bit longer in applying the paint through the gun, you constantly have to mix the paint because it settles pretty quickly. And that was the challenge that we ran into with our attempt at applying this paint. You know, when I heard how expensive these Sea West wings are, I thought, there's no way. I gotta tell you, man, this thing, it is so freaking light and it's so durable. One of the best freaking wings I've laid eyes on. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Of course, we're gonna probably wrap this so that it is the blue that matches the stripes. We still have to put the decals on it, but love this wing, absolutely love it. If you're new to our channel, you know, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, by the way. We would love for you guys to share this with your friends. We mentioned this in previous videos. This is actually a GTT. We could have very easily acquired an R34 GTR, but you know, they're floating around 100 grand right now, 120 grand. But you know, we didn't go the inexpensive route. You could buy the fiberglass quarter panels to give it the more girthy look, which are a little bit wider quarter. They even make fiberglass front fenders. They even make a fiberglass hood. When you convert a GTT into a GTR, you pretty much have to change the front fenders, the rear quarters, the hood, and bumpers. It's quite involved. We elected to go the hard route because that's what we do around here. And so we bought brand new OEM metal Nissan quarter panels. We bought correct Nissan fenders. We bought the correct Nissan hood. And then of course we went with the Sea West body kit. We didn't have to worry about utilizing the GTR skirts. The GTT skirts being different because the Sea West side skirts cover all that stuff up anyway. You know, what's gonna be really cool about this car is we have brand new headlights, we have brand new quarter windows, a lot of the molding we purchased new. So this car is gonna look stunning when it's back together. It's gonna look like a brand new car. You can always tell when someone's got a GTR badge on their car and it's not, but on a GTT, you've got these two lights or reverse lights. GTR, you've got red fog light, and then you have one backup light. We've actually acquired the red lens, and we're gonna rewire it to a switch that'll turn on separately as a fog light. A lot of little detail stuff that goes into these builds. If I were back in the days of owning a body shop and someone came to me, a client came to me and said, I wanna paint my Skyline Platinum Pearl from House of Kolor, it would probably start somewhere in the area of around $25,000 would be the paint job. And that's bringing it back bare. I don't want to have to disassemble the entire car. A lot of people think, oh, well, you know, you don't have to pull everything apart. Well, look, if you're going to throw this much money at a paint job, you don't want to have overspray on anything. So guys, know who you're dealing with when you do one of these jobs. I know it could get extremely expensive, but trust me when I say this, the price is really in the details. And if you take the time and you find the right shop that's going to do the right thing and not just tell you what you want to hear, you know, don't pay a shop a bunch of money up front and expect it to be being worked on. Go to their shop, look at the work they're doing. If there's a lot of unfinished projects there, the odds are your car will be one of those unfinished projects. And like so many people have been ripped off, you hand over a bunch of money.
Shut up and take my money.
And you're now in a battle with the owners to try to get your car out of there. And we get a lot of people offering us unfinished jobs simply because shops get in over their head. Especially in California where the property and rent is so freaking expensive. They have to constantly keep bringing jobs in. And I just warn all of you guys, be careful of that. Know who you're dealing with before you send a car out for paint. And yes, there's Makos and those cheap, you know, in and out paint shops. And from 15 feet away, quite frankly, the studios, the movie cars, that's what they use. They painted these cars when they were filming this movie. It took about 2 days to get a car back painted. And I've seen those cars close up and it's crap. Anyway, just food for thought. All right, guys, so that is going to be a wrap on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you know, you hear those words all the time from creators on YouTube. Seriously, give us your feedback. I'd love to hear what you guys are building and what you would have done differently in this build. We try to respond to everybody. You'll see, if you look through our videos, you'll see that we literally respond to almost every comment, good and bad. We're not offended. With all that being said, the next video is gonna be an entire interior build. That's gonna be in the next video. Stay tuned. I think you're gonna love that video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. People are saying you shouldn't eat red meat because, you know, cows are unsafe for the environment. But you know, we work with Alex, and Alex is very gassy, so.